Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am Alanisa Sada Salahadin, and welcome back to Her and Her Deen. I aim to possibly add, a little holistic piece to your life as well as my own every day. Just a little bit, I'm not asking for a lot. My boss lady's waking up. Hi, Fatima. I might have a co-star because I'm trying to get this done. I told y'all my first video. Listen, I do not like my life. I love it, so I gotta make it work for me. Hi, Fatima, you wanna come over here? If she comes, she's in the shot. Unless I make a blooper and then we got what we got. I probably should have been a rapper. Hi, Mama. Oh, there go my boss lady. Come on, boss lady. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, boss lady. That's my boss lady right there. This is Asma Fatima. She's my boss, my new boss. Anywho, however, as I was saying, today, pig. But anywho, today I wish to share. I wanted to come in and just, hold a little space and talk a little bit about womanhood. Who really knew what it was about? Who knew? Like, who actually had the talk about womanhood? All of the growth and development that it is going to take you to arrive at a place where you are not only familiar, but you really are who you want to be. And that's how I think of womanhood. I think womanhood as the end all be all evolutionary state of being her. Her. And it's a literal her. Like, she is you, you are her, but the identifying factors that everything that you do, everything you pour into yourself, from out of yourself, of course, children, your family, your home, everything that your life consists of, out of your own substance, is essentially what you want it to be. And so I wasn't sure, how to even start the conversation because I thought about it. I was just like, who actually talked to us about told us the importance of womanhood? Like, I don't know. I'm sure some of my elders, because I have several aunts and even probably some of my uncles and some of his exes or their exes probably tried to give some advice and encouragement or even wisdom and warnings. Wisdom and warnings, that's a good one, right? However, I've just come to a new profound state of womanhood now being a woman of faith. And so I wish to encourage, that level of substance because, what is the point of speaking of yesterday, to make today look better? It's not that serious. It's not that serious. If you wake up every day, you get an opportunity to be better. And so in this space today, right now, womanhood as it stands is all encompassing, especially for the woman of faith. It is all encompassing. It is everything that you have to do to make your life align with whatever the word is to you. Whatever the word is. The word and the way the word is to you and the way the word is written is not the same. Let me say that again. The way the word is written and the way the word resonates with you in your life, it is not the same. It's very interesting now to be my 11-year-old upstairs. It's like, I was like listening. Like, this is my mommy ears, right? I'm listening for, if a person falls, I'm listening for the blood curdling cry, or a scream, or two people, one saying stop, the other one saying leave me alone, one crying give it back, another one saying it's not yours. I'm listening, mommy, motherhood, right? Womanhood. I'm listening for the dialogue between the children. But I think the 3-year-old is in the back sleep and the 11-year-old's upstairs, and of course I have the 1-year-old. And so anywho, but again, who would have told me that I would have these bionic woman powers to balance all of this? in my head, because I'm doing majority, every woman needs to know. I'll just say 75% of everything you have to do in a day is happening in your head first. It is completely mental. It's completely mental. And so, again, your life is unfolding in such a way. When you read the word, the words that you read should honestly offer some sort of divine reciprocity. That's how I felt about reading the Quran or even reading anything of Sunnah, because a lot of it is not my experience to have held it so tight that I'm standing firm on it, as opposed to what resonates in my life at the time in which I receive that gem, that crumb of wisdom from the word, and by the word I mean any holy book that you're reading. I'm Muslim. I speak and aspire to create a space for women of faith. So don't look at me and be like, oh, she's not talking to me because I look different from you. But inside at our core, I believe that every woman essentially is a sister to a sister of any faith in every faith. And so I encourage that the message for whomever, reaches whoever. And, may God bless you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you. May peace and blessings be upon you, however it may be. But still, as I was saying, womanhood it's not an overnight state of arrival. It really is not. It is literally something. I wish I could tell you to prepare for it. I feel like Erykah Badu might have tried to give us like some little things. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to Bag Lady, but I feel like in Bag Lady, she really did try to give us a heads up, like, hey, you can't take all that with you. You're gonna have to let some of that go. Like, that's not gonna work for you where you're going. And you might not even need some of it. So you just let it go. Like, put it down, And I feel strong that the journey of womanhood has a lot of that packing and unpacking. Most of it, I believe, is just from our emotional, let me say the lack thereof, understanding the emotional intelligence. And I'll put a pin in that because I'll have a whole other conversation later about the emotional intelligence. But for the lack thereof, understanding what the emotional intelligence is and how it works to support us in our faith, let alone if you've never been introduced to being able to express yourself as an emotional person. Like, some of us have come from families that just don't have a very supportive emotional foundation. And so with that being said, we don't get the support that we need, and we ultimately end up going through, let's just be honest, more traumas and more traumatic experiences in our life that we can't recover from. And these are just from being, from a child to a young adult. And here we are arriving at womanhood. Womanhood in all its encompassing everything. Like, everything that a womanhood is. I should have wrote it down before I started talking because I have all my pencil and paper right here, but I didn't even think to write down all the categories. But let's just, between us, let's just think about this. And whatever it is in your life, for you, you do it yourself. But for me, I am a mother. I was a mother before I became a wife, so I have everything that came with that. Then I became a wife, and I had everything that came with that. Then, after becoming a wife, my marriage, it was polygynous, so I had everything that came with that. Then came our son. I have everything that came with that. I'm at 4 stages right now of evolution in womanhood. And I didn't even include that I was a whole 30-year-old woman when I had my first child. So I'm at 5 now. After our son, almost 2.5, 3 years later, we have another daughter. So now I'm a mom of 3. And I'm going to count that as 2 stages because I have 2 children. Now I have a I'm a third child. However, altogether, I got 3 kids. And I had to adjust each stage. I had to adjust to something more than I had prior to. So it's almost like the level of mastery that I might have assumed so much authority in my head that I had it together or that I understood it, the ins and outs of it, and then I took on something else, And is the strangest thing is like it doesn't even feel like that, when you're living. It doesn't even feel like you're taking on more. It's only when life starts to throw things at you and you are not paying attention to them or you're not aware of the significance of what you're supposed to pay attention to. When you have children, you're supposed to pay attention to the children. You know that you're supposed to care. You know that you're supposed to, you know, like feed them, clothe them, nurture them, play with them, entertain them. You know this part, but do you really know the order in which it's going to happen every single day, any time of the moment, any moment of the day? Do you know? You don't know. And each child is so interesting. Each child is different. I have 3 children, and they all came. They announced their presence differently, meaning before we even knew that they were coming from conception. They all announced their presence very differently. And then they came into birth very differently. They took their first initial stages of growth and development differently. Like Mustafa, our son, I believe he used to climb. He climbed before he could walk. He crawled, but he didn't walk yet, but he could climb. Fatima, she had been trying to crawl from 2 weeks, and she walked at 8 months. Like literally 3 days before she turned 9 months, she was walking like full steps across the house. And then Makaira, she definitely walked before a year. And what's even funny about her, she definitely walked before a year, and I want to say she potty trained for sure before 2. Like very, very, very smart. But they all had their own stages. And my point of saying that is that you as a parent, there's no way possible that you would say, oh yeah, I'm gonna have these children and they're all gonna do this at the same time every year. Growth and development is gonna be the same curated event that I can count on my hand that is going to happen this way because each of my children are the same. That's not how it works. And so even in womanhood, your own stages of evolution are not familiar, just like your children's growth and milestones. I, marriage, where do I even start? At this stage in my life, I feel like I need to read more books on marriage. Not even religion and marriage, just marriage, because I don't understand marriage. I mean, I know it's strange too, and let me be really, really honest. I love my husband with all my heart. Possibly my soulmate, because I really do dig the guy. He's pretty awesome. But when it comes to the dynamics of how everything, like the particular details of marriage, I get more confused. I get very perplexed, probably more often than he does. If anything, he's looking at me like, what does that matter? Like, what does that mean? Like, who cares? Like, what's the significant value of that information? It's so left brain, right? But yeah, I just don't get it. And so I find myself at those stages having to read something to basically put something in there just for my thoughts to stick to so that I don't lose the evolutionary parts of myself that I know I've gained. And that's something that as a woman you have to remember. You should not lose anything. Like, don't be scared to accept that you've come to a place that you are not familiar with, that you may not even be comfortable with at the time in which you arrive. And it's possible that you really don't know what's next. And so rather than beat yourself up about it or even just lose it, and by losing it I mean just, you know, we can all do it, but it's like you take a mental break and you don't even think about it no more. And before you know it, it's almost like you've jumped through a portal and you've lost yourself, or you've lost that significant component of yourself that you were so sure about. You don't have substance, sister, sister, sister. You don't have substance to compromise, not with yourself. You can compromise with others around you if need be for whatever it is that you like. Bartering. You can barter things. Oh, you like this for something else, or somebody gives you a compliment, you give them a compliment. It's not going to kill off all of your reciprocity, but with yourself, you just have to be really strong to hold on to everything that you know about yourself. Now, I'll be very flexible with my tongue and say, if it's something better coming to you, be quick to let it go. Like, let go of that piece of yourself, and what you're going through may make you better. It's already presenting itself as better. Come on, sis. Don't be naive and say, "Oh no, I'm just gonna stay like this because this is where I'm just so comfortable in this state. I don't wish to grow anymore." Don't cheat yourself. Don't cheat yourself out of the opportunity to arrive at a better version of yourself. Every opportunity is that opportunity. Womanhood has so many levels and dimensions. Like I was telling the sister a while ago, I feel like I jump through portals all day. I wake up one way, and again, I have 3 children and a husband, and it's like every person's need pulls a different part of me. There's a different level of my awareness that goes into their needs. There's a different part of me synergistically that is more connected to what I'm doing at the time. And so all of the love that I am at any given moment is being expressed. But then the beauty of it is that because I'm taking a self inventory, I'm aware of it and I'm enjoying the majority of it. Let me just say, like, probably 75. I'm gonna just leave that 75 right there. Probably about 75% of it, I'm enjoying it. But the point of it is that it's a part of my womanhood experience. It's a part of my journey into womanhood. I'm not getting any younger. My children are growing right before my eyes. My marriage is blossoming and blooming as the years progress. It'll be 5 years for us this October. I believe it's this October. That's sad, but yes, I believe it'll be this October. And so, 5 years is huge in my head as a woman who was single for 35 years and now being married for 5. It's like, wow, like, what a blessing in itself, mashallah, alhamdulillah, for understanding that all wasn't lost, having had my daughter out of wedlock and then later evolving into a woman on my, again, as a single mom or as a woman with a child, or just still taking the journey in stride and persevering with what the cards were for me at the time. It changed so tremendously, and so be encouraged that the womanhood journey is not a one size fit all. It is not, there's not a particular way that any woman can, set herself up not to have some sort of challenge or some sort of uncertainty. We may want to plan everything out to the T. Oh, yeah, I want it this way and that way and this way and that way. And you may get all of those things, but there still may be something that is inside of your experience that pushes you and challenges you to look at yourself differently or better, or even to dismantle whatever it is that you may have wanted or you thought you wanted before you obtained it, and that's the beauty of it all. Our substance is I believe it's golden that way. Like, because we have such a strong will and desire as women to have our wholeness be matched and our love be matched and, everything be completed. Everybody wants a better half or a significant other, or, a lot of women want children. Some women don't want children. However, you deserve whatever you want as a woman on your journey in your life, from your experience. You deserve all of it. Just don't be surprised that you get what you want. And it's different. It requires different parts of you that you don't have yet. Don't be surprised. Just remember that you couldn't have planned it all. If you could, then you would be, I ain't gonna say you're gonna be the happiest woman in the world, but you definitely would be different. Because who's to say that every woman really wants that much control anyway? Like, who really wants to know every little bitty, teeny tiny detail to the T? You know, it's not that type of journey, sis. It's not. Womanhood has a lot of it's a lot of situationships in it. You know, it's a lot of temporary states of satisfaction. But what I wanted when I think Fatima was like 10 months, which wasn't that long ago. She's only a year. So yeah, about 2 months ago, I came to a state of realization that motherhood itself is all about compassion. There is not, there's, the children are going to do so many things so fast that it is so hard not to keep covering yourself and them with that level of grace, that compassion that God gives us. You know, that regular state of like just gratitude for the experience, on top of a love for just having had the experience and coming out of it with something. You know, motherhood has that at its core. You know, compassion is there. Like, that is, there's no other way. Like, you don't sleep a lot. Sometimes you might snack before you get a whole meal. Very rarely do anybody do anything for you before they want something for themselves. And I'm just showing, this is a rundown. I ain't gonna call it anything negative, but it's not a lot of it coming to you first before it's being asked of you. So what else could compel a person to want to do such a thing but compassion? Being able to be sympathetic, empathetic, concerned, mindful, caring, loving, all of that in one, and do it every day until it's no longer a need. And I won't even say that because my mom, shouts out to my mom, man. My mom is amazing. My grandmother is extraordinary. My mom's mom and my mom, like, I am blessed beyond blessed beyond blessed. But my mom, this year for her birthday, sent us, and I say us because I don't know who else was, but for sure myself, she sent me a birthday gift for her birthday. You know, and I'm like, Mom, what made you do that? Like, I'm so excited. But she did, you know. I have this thing about my teeth. Although I still have dental work to be done, I still am fascinated with toothpaste. Like I said, if the world comes to an end, I'm like, I need my toothpaste and I need some toilet paper. Those are the only two things I'll become concerned with if the world was coming to an end. So, yes, Mustafa.
Yeah, Dad.
Oh, yeah. My God.
You know that?
No, you can't, dude. What is this?
It's scary.
Oh, no, you go have scary over there. There's Mustafa. It's never without a dull moment. But Mom sent me an amazing toothbrush, like a Sonic with like several extra bristles. Mustafa, I'm making a video, dude. Go to the back. I can't hear. Hey, get up. Go to the back. Thank you. Deuces. Kick rocks. Get up. Look it. You're in my video. Go away. Scram. Pick yourself up or go sit over there. Now. Thank you.
Cheese.
Yes, you say cheese.
My work.
I know, that's you. Come on, take your video over there. And as I said, I don't have no issues with my life. So for all of that, I'm not editing. Anywho, my mom sent me an amazing toothbrush, and she sent me not one, not two, not four, but 5 boxes of toothpaste. My favorite, Crest Vivid White. I love it. I did do the conscious journey with the decalcifying and the purifying and not having the fluoride and all that stuff. But let's be honest, a lot of that stuff don't make your teeth white. So y'all wokers, all y'all that want to be conscious, making y'all toothpaste and stuff, I dig it. Been there, done that. But now back to the regular scheduled program of my Crest with my amazing Sonic toothbrush. Yo, let me get my finish getting my work done, and yeah, that's it. All smiles. However, I say that to say that the compassion of the woman, of the mother, the whole motherhood journey, there is something in us that can refill itself just off of that in itself. That in itself, my mom was so happy that she could do that. Then to see the look on my face when she called me, because she's 3 hours ahead from where I am, and she says, "Check your door." And my package had arrived, and it was my toothbrush. And so she got to be a part of me even opening it. And then when my toothpaste came, which I didn't know that she sent me the toothpaste too, then I got to send her selfies, me hugging my toothpaste. And she enjoyed that. And that was for her birthday. That was not for my birthday. So it's just, having certain experiences along the way, inshallah, God willing, it encourages a part of us to constantly be refilled. And then just, with gratitude that it is our life. Don't try not to see the beauty in your own life. It don't have to be perfect. It don't have to be as shiny and bright as social media filters make people's lives look. However, it is your life, and I encourage you to look at it through your best lens, and that is your heart, and just take it for whatever it is. And like I say, if you can't do nothing else for yourself, try to make a little holistic piece every day, a little bit every day. Find a reason to look at your life and be like, this is what I wanted. If it's a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, you might not get a back rub, but you might. It depends on who you got at your house. Mustafa, you want to rub my back? I wish you could see his face. He was like, Mustafa is so funny. He's such a boy. He's not a hugger. He's not a kisser. He is like high five from afar. I can't have no hug, Mustafa. Mommy can't have no kiss. No, he's not doing it. Anywho, but Makara would totally give me a massage. She wouldn't give me the best massage in the world, but she would totally do it with one arm. But anywho, I don't want to ramble anymore. I wish to say, again, the journey of motherhood is not perfect.
I was scared banana.
What are you talking about, son? Can I have a hug? You want to give me a hug?
No, because there's scary banana.
Okay, whatever that means. I don't know. He's talking about a scary banana. Anywho, I am Alisa Sada Salahanin. Thank you for tuning in to my little talk about, womanhood and faith. And so please like, comment, subscribe, share, and thank you so much for coming back. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And until next time, thank you.